It's the new digital way to get your biometric information, and they're going to be doing this at your local health clinics, at your checkups, and of course by the police, military, and now these privatized security forces. The control grid is ever encroaching, and it is here. I thank you for the call, Betty. Let's go to Wilson in Florida. Wilson, you're on the line.
Yes, good afternoon, Jason. I'm extremely delighted that you're filling in for Alex because I love how you mix your intellect and humor at the same time. I wanted you to comment on me because I was actually thinking about joining the National Guard because I'm a college student. I just moved to Florida, and it's hard for me to pay for college. I'm thinking about joining the National Guard, but at the same time, I'm a devoted listener and follower of all the news that you guys report. So do you think that's...
I'm kind of conflicted on this. We need good people like yourself in the military, absolutely, and you can only help by being in the military. However, I don't want to put you in a position, and I almost joined the National Guard before I woke up. I'd taken the ASVAB test. I went with my buddy who did join the National Guard, and, he ended up being deployed into Iraq. This is back in, I believe, 99, 2000, and I was much like you. I didn't have a lot of money. I was going to college. I'm like, well, it's a couple months a year and one weekend a month. This is something that I can do. It'll give me discipline. It'll put me in better physical condition. But is it really going to put us in better physical condition when they're mandating that you must take the H1N1 shot if you are indeed in the military, National Guard included? And now, some military personnel had protested taking a mandatory anthrax shot, and that was just shot down. That's about to go to the Supreme Court, and I don't really have a lot of confidence that the Supreme Court is going to uphold, an individual's freedom to say no to something that has, again, formaldehyde in it, squalene, and mercury. So, Wilson, I would say pick up a crappy part-time job. I know it sucks flipping burgers. I was a pizza guy for almost a decade. Find something else. Do yard work, anything else. Do not join the military, man. I can't encourage people to do it. Again, we need good people in the military, but are you willing to put your health at risk? And, that's a soft kill weapon. They could very well send you overseas, and you could get a bullet through your head in Afghanistan and Iraq. You've got to make the decision for yourself, but I wouldn't recommend it. Thank you so much. Let's go to Matt in California. Matt, you're on the line. Yes, sir.
Hi, I was just calling basically to see if you guys could send out a message to gun rights activists and people who want to defend our Second Amendment across the country. In California, I don't know if you guys are aware, there's a bill that's on the governor's desk right now. It's called AB 962. It's a mail order ammo ban for the state of California. And there's also another bill in the process that was put into legislation in San Francisco from a senator out there, and his name is Mark Liddell.
Well, I got to tell you, I am not aware of that, but those seem like serious and real issues. So if you could get those bill numbers down and just a brief synopsis of what they're all about, links to the subsections that specifically talk about what you just said on air, please send them to rob@infowars.com, articles at infowars.com, and writers at infowars.com, and hopefully we can get them up on the site, and we'll be talking about them next week on the program, or perhaps this weekend. Of course, Alex Jones does his show 4 to 6 p.m. Central Time, and then I follow it up with a wrap-up 6 to 9 Central Time, only at infowars.com. Thank you so much for the call, Matt, and please get that information to us. Ruth in Louisiana. Ruth, you're on the line.
Yes. Getting back to different subject matter, I would like to know what's Russia's take on us going into Iran.
It seems like it could spark up World War III. I mean, they don't want to see that at all, and I wish that Peter Dale Scott were here to answer that question, as he's, much more involved in these type of in these type of politics. However, I can say this: the mainstream media continues to put out the myth that Russia attacked Georgia over a year ago. Russia's this evil giant. Russia's the new enemy, when even the EU, which is a globalist organization, the European Union is basically one of these globalist wet dreams that has occurred, this consolidation of power, this move towards world government, and even their investigation also concludes that South Ossetian irregular forces violated rules of war in attacks on Georgian villages. So what they're saying is, look, Georgia went in, they're the ones that attacked. Russia wasn't going to attack. And how did they do this? They had drills going on the border. They were using Israeli and American forces as well as Blackwater types. They go in, then they blame it on Russia, then we beat the war drums against Russia and how bad they are. So I couldn't tell you, but from what I've seen, their take is if we go into Iran, this could spark World War III. Webster Tarpley talks about this a lot. Maybe we can get him on the program in the coming weeks to discuss it further. Thank you so much, Ruth. Let's go to Nick in New York. Nick, you're on the line.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I just got 3 simple questions, if you may.
Okay.
1, where is the governor of Montana?
That's
Secondly,
a good question. I don't think he's weighed in. The Attorney General has now weighed in. They say that they're going to do a probe. I'm not sure anybody's called the governor's office. I would encourage people to do so. Go ahead, Nick.
Second one, where's the local county sheriff?
Well, that's the thing. They're trying to disband the sheriff's department. I don't know where the local county sheriff is, but they have been trying to get rid of them because they say that they're unnecessary. The town is small. Like Alex said, it's black in most of the town. There's not a lot of lights around. It's not like this is a 24/7 running city. This is a small area. What's the third question?
Third question is, I just don't understand how you can usurp the authority of a county sheriff, not under the
Well, that's how you get rid of them, Nick. You just say that they don't exist and we need a privatized police force. Unfortunately, again, this is the new America. I thank you for the call. More calls after this. It's the Alex Jones Show. I am Jason Berman sitting in, prisonplanet.tv, infowars.com.